Viewmasters, it's the podcast that we do. Viewmasters, talk about movies that we view. Viewmasters, my friend Eric and me, Joe. Viewmasters, hey, let's start the show.
Hello, welcome to the Viewmasters, episode 328, Predator 2. My name's Joe.
My name is Eric.
Hello, Eric.
To answer your question, yes. That's the second one.
Predator 2? Predator also. Predator as well.
At one point in this movie, Gary Busey says the word predator.
Yes.
And then I thought that maybe towards the end of the movie, that someone would say, well, Danny Glover's a predator too. They did not, sadly.
That's a bummer. It's a shame. That is really too bad. Oh well. Next time.
Next time.
Is there a Predator 3?
Sorta.
Is it Predators?
Predators.
So it was a long time before they made another standalone Predator movie.
Yes, it was. They made two Alien vs. Predator movies in between. And it was like 15 years for that. And then The Predator.
Right.
Which came out 2015? 2016?
2016 sounds right, yeah.
I remember seeing it in the theater with my friend Bruce.
Okay.
We were the only people there.
Aw. That's a bad sign.
Yeah.
Is that the one Shane Black did?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The one he directed.
Right.
Not the one he started.
Yes. Yes. Forgive me for not being more specific. Oh, yeah. Predator 2.
Predator 2.
You've
seen that movie?
I've seen this one.
You seen that movie? What's called Predator?
What are you talking about? What are you doing?
Predator.
What is this? What the hell is happening? What?
Predator.
Why are you doing this? Why? Is this from something?
Yeah.
What's it from?
The podcast Super Ego.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Okay. But yes, I have. I've seen Predator and Predator 2 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exciting.
I know. It's exciting for me as this is the only one that I hadn't seen.
Yay!
Which is weird.
Yeah. How do you feel now that you have seen it?
I feel like this is the worst one.
Yeah.
But the one I would watch the most.
Okay. Interesting. It does feel like it would be very watchable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking dumb.
It's so bad. Oh man, on the war-torn streets of 1997 Los Angeles.
The far future.
In the far future, when the city is overrun by minorities. Oof. Oof.
I mean, not all minorities.
That's true. I guess, some of them are heroes as well.
Yeah, some of them are cops.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is just as bad as being in a gang. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Wow. What a film.
Yeah. I didn't realize when we started it that this movie was 3.5 hours long. And then I looked when it was over and it was 1 hour and 47 minutes. But oh my god, did it feel like it lasted 4 fucking ever.
You know what? I only felt that way towards the end.
Yeah, me too.
The third act really drags.
Yeah, I thought for sure once all of Danny Glover's team is dead, I was like, oh, we're real close to the end now.
Right.
And then there was still like another 25 minutes of movie.
Yeah. Basically, once they actually start hunting the predator.
Yeah. The president? I hope you're not listening, Secret Service. That was a slip of the tongue.
President Predator.
Oh, I love it. My fellow predators. That's all I got.
That's fine.
That's my impression of President Predator.
I like it.
Thank you.
But once, Gary Busey and his team start hunting the predator, and then Danny Glover joins in on the act, what should be the most exciting part of the movie gets real boring.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. Oh, man. I feel like for a long time it's a Batman movie.
All right.
We're following the cops, and there's this vigilante hero who keeps swooping in and taking care of the bad guys for him.
Fair.
I mean, admittedly, he's slaughtering them and stealing their spines, I guess.
Right.
But it did feel very much like kind of a superhero movie.
I mean, this was made the year Batman came out.
Yeah.
So, it's very possible it was influenced.
Yeah.
To me, it felt more like this movie really, really, really wanted to be...
I can totally see that as well. Yeah.
And instead just ended up more like RoboCop 2.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Which came out the same year.
Okay. And somehow it did well enough to get a sequel, I guess.
Yep.
Alright. But not this one.
Not this one, no. It made money.
Yeah.
Just not a ton of money.
Alright.
Yeah. I feel like Dark Horse kept the Predator franchise afloat for decades.
Well, yeah, I mean, from what I was reading, I know you did some reading too, like, the success of the comics is what sort of led them to make this movie, which was interesting that the Predator comics came out so soon. Like, before this came out, I assumed that they were all, like, in the mid, or, like, early 90s at the earliest, but late 80s before this movie came out. That was interesting to me.
Yeah.
And I guess the Alien vs. Predator crossover comic was before this movie came out, too, so which was why the xenomorph skull is visible. From what I read, the prop guy did that as a nod to the comic.
I don't know that that's right.
Okay.
I feel like... I mean, maybe it was the same year?
Maybe it was. I'm curious. I'm going to look it up.
Okay.
Keep talking.
Because I mean, we're comic nerds here. I distinctly sort of remember getting American Entertainment's catalog.
Yeah.
And seeing the solicitations for Alien vs. Predator written by Chris Claremont.
Okay.
And that was, I want to feel that was like post his X-Men run.
Okay.
Which would have ended in like 1991.
Just give me the plot. Tell me when it actually came out.
But I feel like the alien skull was more just like, hey, isn't this cool kind of thing.
Yeah. So Wikipedia, which
okay.
of course is the source of truth for all things,
sure,
says that there was a Alien vs. Predator short story that ran in 1989/1990.
Okay.
And then an actual series in 1990.
Okay.
So, yeah. Right around the time they were making this, at least.
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
I'll buy it.
It doesn't say who did it, if it was Claremont or if it was someone else.
Yeah.
Because, Wikipedia is useful for some things, but not for creator credits. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah,
but you're absolutely right. Dark Horse really did keep this property alive forever.
Right? I remember there being video games, a toy line, but no Predator movie for like 15 years after this. I do remember reading comics back in like 1989, 90, and a certain month in DC Comics, at least, there were little miniature Predator 2 pull-out posters.
Ooh.
And inserted into the books.
That's awesome.
And it was like, about the size of a comic once you unfolded it.
Yeah.
On one side it had, like, the Predator and a pose, whatever, it says Predator 2, and on the back it had,
Gary Busey.
It had Gary Busey.
Yeah.
And the rest of the cast as well.
Nice. Also doing a little pose, I assume.
No, it's just headshots, stills from the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just, explaining, with their character names or whatever, and the sort of basic plot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's interesting.
Yeah. And that was pretty much my only experience with this movie up until today.
Nice. All right.
I cannot tell you why I've never seen this movie before now.
It feels like a movie you would have seen so many times.
Right? I have owned the 4-disc, collection of the Predator films for a few years now, and still just never got around to 2.
Huh.
I don't know why.
Interesting.
Could not tell you.
Well, I'm glad that that we could take this opportunity to cross one off your missed classics list.
I am glad too, and I mentioned last week, a few weeks ago, we crossed the first one off of yours.
Right.
What a drop down.
It is pretty crazy to think of just how entertaining the first Predator movie is. And then this one happens. And, like, there's entertaining stuff in it. It's just weird. It's just a fucking weird movie.
There is too much going on.
There are at least 3 movies happening in this movie.
Yeah. It is trying to be a cop mystery film, an action film, and a Predator movie at the same time. And none of it is working together very well.
Yeah.
The direction doesn't help either.
Yeah.
It is...
What direction?
Yeah. I looked up the director, Stephen Hopkins, to see if he'd done anything else I'd ever seen, and he has.
I saw he did one of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
He did Nightmare on Elm Street 5, which was one of the worst ones.
Okay.
He did Judgment Night, which is a movie far more deservedly famous for its soundtrack than it is for the actual movie.
I've never heard of that movie.
It is Emilio Estevez, Cuba Gooding Jr., and maybe Jeremy Piven?
Okay.
They're friends who go out for a night on the town, and they wind up on their way home cutting through the bad part of town.
Oh, God.
And basically crossing paths with a gang warlord.
Okay.
And then basically just running through their lives. Gang warlord, portrayed by Dennis Leary.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yep. But the soundtrack was primarily like rock grunge, like early like grunge type bands.
Okay.
Teaming up with rap acts.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And it's a pretty great soundtrack.
Okay. All right.
For a pretty below average movie. He also did Lost in Space, the movie.
Oh, hey! We've watched that.
Yes, we have. And from what I could see from his IMDb, still working today. Still making a bunch of TV stuff.
I was going to say he's probably, at this point, transitioned into TV.
Yeah. He does have a listing on his credits for The Dark Tower.
Okay.
But not the Idris Elba Matthew McConaughey movie.
Okay.
So I don't know what that is.
Interesting.
Yep.
I mean, it's a pretty generic title.
Yeah, but the description was the Stephen King adaptation. So,
okay.
Yeah. No clue.
Are they doing a TV series of it, maybe?
I mean, it's been rumored for a long time, so...
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, well. But yeah, this movie has everyone in it.
Yeah.
Everyone from 1989 that you've ever loved.
How do we feel about Danny Glover in this movie?
My first thought is like, what if Murtaugh was Riggs?
My thought the whole time was, isn't he too old for this shit?
I kept wanting him to say that as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it's really strange to see him as the loose cannon, like, action hero.
Yep. There's a point where they're, like, going over his files, and it is a perfect description of the Mel Gibson Lethal Weapon character, but it's Danny Glover.
It's so strange.
Yep.
I've never seen any of the Lethal Weapon movies either.
I would say all of them are pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, if you can get past the whole Mel Gibson of it all.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But otherwise, yeah, they're good.
Okay.
The funny thing about that is that, from the first movie, Danny Glover was too old for this shit.
Uh-huh.
He was like 40 when they made it.
Right. I feel that. I feel that in my bones. Are those all written by Shane Black, right?
I don't know if all of them are. The first one is.
Okay.
But they're all directed by Richard Donner.
Oh, okay. Nice. I did not know that. All right.
Yeah, it kind of felt like he was like, Mel Gibson getting all the glory. Where's my shot?
Yeah.
I want to be a big action movie guy. I'm in these movies too,
Right. I'm trying to think of other Danny Glover movies that I've seen, and I'm honestly having trouble.
Saw?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. He's in Saw.
I have no idea. He's a occasional Wes Anderson player. He's in the Royal Tenenbaums.
Is he?
Yeah.
Which I
have seen that one.
Yeah, I've seen it. I don't remember him in that.
Yeah.
Was he in The Life Aquatic?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like he was in The Color Purple.
I've never seen that.
Neither have I. But
yeah.
It just feels like that's a movie he was in.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Beloved?
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Okay.
This is sad.
Yeah, it is.
I'm looking up Danny Glover's filmography.
All right.
Because, like I said, I feel like I've seen him in other stuff. I have to have.
Right.
But it's all just Lethal Weapons. Maybe I've seen him in commercials for Lethal Weapon. I think that's all it is.
He did a couple movies with Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
Gone Fishing.
Haven't seen that one.
Nope. Okay.
No. Oh, he's in The Dead Don't Die. Did you watch that?
I did not watch that.
Jim Jarmusch zombie movie, I think, right? Yep. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, he's working all the time. Dirty Grandpa?
Never saw it.
No. Nope. Alright, I'm not going to do this.
Alright, that's
fine. Yeah, I like him. He's good.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, just strange. A little bit of whiplash seeing him as an action hero.
What's funny is that, so I was reading the Wikipedia page, and they initially wanted his role to be played by Patrick Swayze. And initially he was going to team up with Dutch from the first movie.
Oh, wow.
But Arnold Schwarzenegger would not come back.
Okay.
And so Swayze passed, and then they were also talking to Steven Seagal at one point.
Oh, man.
Who had his own ideas.
Of course he did.
He wanted to make the character a CIA psychiatrist and martial arts expert.
Okay, sure. All right. Is that was he a Navy chef and martial arts expert in the Under Siege movies?
Yes.
Yeah. That's interesting, right? Maybe, he's trying to change the stereotypes around martial arts experts. That's, they can really be anything. They can be intellectuals, they can be creative.
Sure.
And martial arts experts as well.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I get it. I applaud you, Steven Seagal.
So they passed on him.
Aw.
Because they wanted the character to be more of like an average Joe.
Okay.
And then so they cast Danny Glover and turned him into not an average Joe.
Right.
They turned him into a lethal weapon.
It would have been interesting if he was just is it Murtaugh is his character?
Uh-huh.
If he had just been Murtaugh,
right?
Murtaugh-esque rather.
Sure.
And then stuck in this crazy situation with these predators.
Right?
Or just single predator, but I guess multiple predators eventually.
Spoilers,
whatever. This movie came out in 1990.
I know. Yeah, no, like the first scene that he is in, he rushes headlong into a gunfight, hanging out of his car that is full of guns.
Yeah.
And kills a whole bunch of gang guys.
Yeah. Gangbangers?
Gangbangers.
Are they gangbangers? I don't know. Gang
Yeah.
members.
Yeah.
But yeah, that part was awesome because he's like, they've got bulletproof vests on the windows, and otherwise it's just a regular car.
Right.
Like, this is nuts. And then he sneaks up on the gang members and announces himself before he blows them all away.
As you do.
Yeah, sure. Gotta get a one-liner in there.
Sure.
With people alive to hear it. I do appreciate that the movie, for as slowly as it ends, it starts fast.
Yeah.
Like, we're just in the middle of whatever's happening. And then the Predator is there already. And yeah, it just goes right away. Maybe it just runs out of steam towards the end.
I feel like it does.
Yeah.
Because it really is just sort of a 90s action film, like all the way, like turned up to 11, like as soon as it starts. And then, yeah, once it sort of starts taking its time, I guess?
Yeah.
Like, then it just becomes real dull, because who gives a shit?
Right.
Especially because ultimately, like, the FBI subplot just fizzles out.
Yeah.
And just the strength of Gary Busey and Adam Baldwin together just can't carry it.
It's tough. They've got a lot of work to do. And yeah, they're just not up for the task, unfortunately. Baby Adam Baldwin in this movie.
Yep.
That was a shock. But also not at all a surprise. Like, if you're gonna have a gang of thick white guys, military-looking guys, Adam Baldwin's gonna be there.
He really does fit the bill.
Yeah.
However, they are led by Gary Busey, and that's weird.
That's so weird. Yeah.
But I guess because he was also in Lethal Weapon, that's why they cast him.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yep.
I think I read that they wanted John Lithgow for that part, which would have been really cool.
That would have been really cool.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, that doesn't really go anywhere. I thought for sure, like, after everything is done and the Predator ship has left, and then Adam Baldwin comes down on his chopper and finds Danny Glover, that he was, like, going to take him with him.
Right.
For some sort of debrief or something. And nope, just leaves him there. Just takes off.
Yep.
Just pissed off, leaves.
Yeah, you'd think that for as secretive as they are throughout the film, that they would, try to cover up what exactly happened instead of leaving the sole survivor to just talk to whomever.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, how much unique information does he have now that they did not have previously about what their ship looks like?
Right.
About there's a whole bunch of fucking predators.
And apparently other species
out
there in the world somewhere.
Yeah.
Based on the different skulls.
I really liked the... so when Prey came out, I assumed that was... I mean, knowing nothing about the Predator franchise or anything, I assumed that was like, oh, crazy, they came in the past, too.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Not realizing that they established that in this movie. Like, I thought that was actually really cool.
Right.
That they established sort of the history of the predators on Earth, and also, you know, that they will probably come back at some point.
Yeah. One of the Alien vs. Predator movies also establishes that they were here well in the past.
Oh, that's cool.
With Mayan temples and everything.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
It's all good.
I just saw the first one 2 weeks ago.
True.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's just disappointing, I guess.
Yeah, I was disappointed. So when the title card comes up and establishes that this movie takes place in the far future 1997,
Sure.
I was excited to see what future technology we were going to have. And it turns out all there is complicated guns.
Yep. The guns don't do anything special.
No.
They just look more complicated.
They got extra pieces on them.
Yep.
So that was a disappointment, too.
Yeah. This feels like the most 90s movie that ever 90s out of the 90s.
Is this more 90s than Steel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's right on the cusp of the 90s, so they're thinking big.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Steel, you're 97.
Yep.
You know what you're dealing with.
Exactly.
At that point. And it's Shaquille O'Neal in a suit of armor. Would this movie have been better if it had Shaquille O'Neal in a suit of armor?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
I know there's been Batman versus Predator, and Batman and Superman versus Alien and Predator.
And Superman versus Predator.
Was there Superman versus Predator too?
Yes, there was.
I did not know that. I knew Superman Aliens. I didn't know Superman versus Predator.
Yep.
The only
Archie
one
versus Predator?
Right. The only one of those I've read is the JLA versus Predator one-shot that came out.
I read the very first Batman versus Predator series that came out. I ordered the prestige editions of each issue.
Wow.
But never got a copy of the second one.
Oh no.
Until like 2 years ago.
What the fuck?
Right?
Why did they not fulfill your order?
Fucking bookery cards and comics in 1991 or whatever. Screwing me over.
You should write them a letter.
I should. You guys sucked back in 1991 and you suck now.
Oof.
Getting rid of your dollar room.
It's pretty well picked over at this point. It's kind of funny though that we watched this today. Marvel announced the Predator versus Wolverine miniseries today.
Yep. I was very excited.
It's something.
Yeah.
It'll probably be fun.
I momentarily got real excited about it.
Yeah.
And then I saw some of the artists attached and said, no thank you.
Yeah. You don't want to watch some Lightbox or read some Lightbox Predator comics?
Yeah, not really.
I mean, I do think, the little arm blades that the Predator has always reminded me of Wolverine.
Sure.
So having him meet them as the first Marvel character to meet the Predator makes a lot of sense.
Sure. I mean, and apparently it's going to take place throughout all of Wolverine's history.
Right, yeah.
So maybe that's where the Predator gets the blade idea.
Whoa, shit. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen Prey. Did he have the blades in Prey?
I can't remember.
Okay. Oh, that's a good idea, though. Right? Someone tweet at Benjamin Percy. Hey, if you haven't added this already, be sure and credit Eric Schomburn. He'll do a variant cover.
Sure.
You should.
I have only drawn a Predator once, and it was not great.
It seems like it'd be a pain in the ass to draw.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah. Just the just the hair,
right? The weird dreads.
Yeah,
and they all have like individual beads in them. And
mm-hmm.
It's not great.
Yeah, I did have thought.
I get very tired drawing.
I had the thought while we were watching the movie, is the only reason that there are Jamaicans in this movie, so that they could sort of draw a parallel between their dreads and the Predator's dreads.
I had the same thought.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they never paid it off.
No, they don't.
It's disappointing.
But yeah, they do build up that when the Predator makes his first attacks, they immediately blame the Jamaicans.
Yeah.
And then they show the Jamaicans later to doing similar things.
Yeah.
To their enemies. But yeah,
the Jamaicans who have apparently adopted voodoo practices, even though that's not a thing in Jamaica.
Yeah. It's this movie's borderline racist.
Yeah, borderline. Yeah.
If not overtly.
I did love when Danny Glover gets in the car with all of them and they're all just smoking so much weed.
Yeah.
That made me laugh.
That was right after the scene where he and Bill Paxton mysteriously get hats.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember them having hats going in.
Nope.
Yeah, it's fine.
And never after.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
This in addition to everything that's happening in this movie, there are times where they try to establish some noir type mood setting scenarios, and then it just clashes with everything.
Yeah.
And then the scene where Danny Glover gets dropped off in the alley to talk with the leader of the Jamaican gang.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy, King Willie.
Uh-huh. Oh, boy.
Terrible actor.
Yeah.
But also, the Predator comes and kills him. Danny Glover's still in the fucking alley.
Yeah, well, the car was waiting for him, I think. So he probably waits for the car to leave. Why is the Predator waging a one Predator war on drugs? I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's supposed to tie in. He's looking for the most lethal or worthy...
The most lethal weapon?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And, the prey that could stand up to him the best.
Yeah.
And I guess it's because the gangs are all at war with each other? I don't know.
Is that a canonical thing about the Predator, that he's searching for the toughest competitor?
Kind of, yeah.
I did not remember that from the first one.
It's not really explicitly stated in that, but in the comics.
Okay.
He is basically always after, like, that's why he fights Batman.
Gotcha.
Because Batman is pretty worthy.
The most dangerous game?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's why, at the end of this movie, once Danny Glover beats the Predator, all his Predator friends show up and give him a trophy.
Yeah. Yeah, that was weird too. I did wonder why they didn't attack him, but I also figured, he'd killed one of them. Maybe they were just like, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
Let's just go home.
It was like,
damn it, Steve. You got yourself killed. We gotta tell your wife when we get back to the Predator planet. I think I'm imagining like an Archie scenario where the female Predator is in like a dress with an apron at home baking cookies. Sure. And then the Predator, like a king Predators, drive up in a little Humvee and get out, and she sees them coming, and she knows. She knows. She drops the sheet of cookies. Little baby Predator comes in. Mommy, what's wrong? Oh boy.
Oh wow.
Anyway, yeah, did not realize that was a canonical part of the Predator lore. So interesting.
Yeah.
Because I remembered it just as from the first one anyway. If you're armed, it will kill you.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so I mean, basically everyone in Los Angeles is armed according to this movie.
Yep.
So why is it not just killing everyone? Why is it specifically targeting the gangs?
Probably because they kill more people than everyone else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I think it's because he's Batman.
Oh, possibly. It's a little Batman.
It did feel like, the Danny Glover's going to team up with the Predator to take on the King Willie or whatever.
Right? No, that happens in later movies.
Okay, good.
Where the human teams up with a Predator.
Good lord.
To fight a common enemy. I believe mostly just the Alien vs. Predator movies.
Sure.
But maybe that happens in The Predator?
Is there a Alien vs. Predator movie that has a hybrid alien predator?
Uh-huh.
Okay, of course there is. Perfect.
Yep.
I might need to watch those. Oh, man. Oh, this is a movie that we watched.
It is. And it's a lot of fun.
It is fun. I got real tired and just wanted it to be over at a certain point.
I did too. I won't lie. But up till a certain point, I was enjoying the hell out of the movie, fully aware that it's not good.
Yeah.
And no amount of Robert Davi could have, fixed it.
Who's that? Is that the chief?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know his name. I just recognized him.
Robert Davi. Famous pockmarked guy.
Yeah. Was he in Die Hard?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he was Agent Johnson.
Right, yes. One of the Johnsons.
Yes. He's also a notorious conservative.
Oh, really? That's too bad.
And speaking of Predator, had a run-in with Super Ego's Matt Gorley.
Oh, no.
On Twitter once.
Oh, my God.
And Matt Gorley then, because I guess Robert Davi was in one of the James Bond films.
Oh, okay.
Of which Gorley is a huge fan.
Yeah.
And I guess he said something about, it's kind of a shame that Robert Davi is this, hardcore conservative or whatever, and I guess Robert Davi, messaged him back and said, hey, started confronting him, and somehow they wound up agreeing to meet each other for dinner.
Okay.
And just to hash it out and have a conversation.
Interesting.
Which he said he did.
I love Matt Gorley.
Yeah, he's great.
He is great. Oh boy, Predator 2.
Yeah.
Watch Predator instead.
Yeah. It's a much better movie.
Yeah, definitely.
It's. I know you haven't seen any of the other ones, but I'm gonna rank them.
Okay.
Predator.
Okay.
Prey.
Okay. Nice.
Predators.
Okay.
The Predator.
Okay.
Predator 2.
Okay. And then Alien vs. Predator at the end. Yeah, I've heard those are both pretty terrible.
Yeah, one of them's slightly okay.
Okay.
But only slightly.
Okay. Is it the one with the Alien Predator hybrid?
Maybe?
Okay.
I can't remember.
Because that would instantly elevate any movie,
sure.
I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of conflate both of them.
Gotcha.
They're both ultimately forgettable. So.
Oh, what's making you happy this week, Eric?
Oh boy, that's a tough one. Yeah, they announced the Venture Brothers movie is coming out next month.
Yeah,
and I'm real excited about that. I just finished watching all 7 seasons, which ended on a cliffhanger.
Nice,
and then was canceled. Then couple of years ago, they announced that they would allow some of these Adult Swim shows that they just abruptly canceled to have wrap-up movies. And Venture Brothers was like one of the two big ones for me that I wanted to see a conclusion to. So they just announced there's a trailer for it. It's coming out July 21st. I'm very excited.
Nice.
And so I guess that is the closest thing that is I can point to that is making me happy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's the other one that you...
Metalocalypse.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, which they have not announced yet.
Gotcha.
Also, yeah.
Well, very cool.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Okay.
Honestly.
I mean, I was pulling that Venture Brothers shit out of my ass.
Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
I'm in the worst pain I've ever had in my entire life. My girlfriend's in Alaska. Things aren't great.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay.
Oh, I saw... Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind.
All right. Speaking of things we saw, I did see Guardians of the Galaxy 3 finally.
Oh, nice. Did you like it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still not as good as the first one, but much better than part 2.
Definitely.
Yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. So.
I cried so much during that movie.
I cried a little.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, sometimes your audience experience colors a review you would give of a movie.
Yeah.
And I was sitting next to some jackasses.
God damn it.
Yep. It's assigned seating, or pick your own seats.
Yeah.
I picked myself way in the back row. I was the only seat, in there. It was like one of those where they have like that huge, weird-ass divider.
Yeah.
Like in the back. So there are only 3 seats in this row.
Yeah.
And then, 2 people took those other 2 seats.
Why the fuck?
Right?
What the fuck?
Movie theater was not that full.
I hate humans.
Yep.
So much.
Yep. Then they talked through the whole movie.
God fucking damn it.
The guy's phone watch kept flashing in my face. And then they just dumped all their popcorn all over the floor.
Okay.
They left before the credits.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. Assholes.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
It's alright.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
I feel like we had briefly, or I had briefly mentioned wondering what other people's reaction to Adam Warlock would be in that movie. What do you think of him in that movie?
I liked him fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was fun.
Yeah. He's kind of a non-character.
Yeah.
Like he's neat looking, and I enjoy his sort of basic idea, but he's never really taken a hold of me as a character.
Yeah.
He had a little personality, and he was good.
Okay.
I enjoyed him.
Nice. Yeah, my main exposure to him is, for some reason, when I was a kid, I had a subscription to Silver Surfer, and it was right around the time of the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
So Adam Warlock was all over that book at that point. And I just remember him being like this super serious cosmic character.
Right.
So it was a different take on it in the movie. So I was just curious.
Yeah. That's primarily, I think, from my same era, the Infinity Watch era of Adam Warlock, and the movie was much better than his comic for sure. And I thought Will Poulter, the actor that portrays him, he's very off-putting to me.
Yeah, he has an interesting look.
Yeah, but it seemed to work.
Yeah.
I was fine with it. Probably the fake wig, but it was very nicely put together wig.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Should I pick a movie for next week?
You should.
Okay. So we talked about this a little bit briefly before we started watching the movie before.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a movie in mind that I've been wanting to see for a long time, and just have never gotten around to it. And I know people love it or people hate it, so I'm curious to see where I fall on it.
Okay.
I would like to watch Goodfellas.
Ooh. A Scorsese.
Yes, Marty Scorsese's picture.
A film, if you will.
Yeah, no, it's a picture.
Cinema.
He makes pictures.
True cinema.
Yeah, it is true. We are talking about film here, not movies. But yeah, for as far back as I can remember, I have wanted to see Goodfellas.
All right.
So,
I have seen it. It has been ages.
Okay.
But I would gladly watch it again.
Excellent.
So yeah, Goodfellas.
Yeah, this is a missed classic for me, so.
Excellent.
Scratch one off my list.
Looking forward to this 3-hour epic we're about to embark on.
It's like 2.5. We'll see.
Get here early.
Maybe I'll watch it at home.
Give me a warning.
We'll figure it out.
All right.
All right. We'll talk to you then.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. You can subscribe to the show directly at view.guttertrash.net or at iTunes and leave us a review. Visit view.guttertrash.net for email information and links to Facebook and Twitter. We'll see you next time on The Viewmasters.